Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Harlem Eubank. We're obviously at the Brighton and Hove Boxing Academy, home predominantly of your father and brother. But you're here today. I know Adam Booth's out on a holiday in Austria at the moment. He's skiing, yeah. He went last night, didn't he? So, went this morning, actually, I think.
How'd you know that?
He texted me. We were talking about something else, but yeah. No, I've been stalking him.
Yeah.
Just tell us why you're here today and what you're doing.
This is my amateur gym, so this is where it all started. So I started training here like 5 years ago now. 5, 6, 7. I think it's 7 years ago now. Time flies by so quick. But yeah, this is where it all started for me. Coming down and training regularly, and just learning from the beginning. You know, I started late. I started at 18, so I mean, this is the gym where it all started for me.
And are you just doing some kind of ticking over here while you got the chance? Or?
Yeah, I'm just down. It's actually my day off today, so I'm just down to do a little. We've just done the hills, and we're just going to do a little bit of filming. And Seb's fighting on Chris's undercard, so down to watch Seb and yeah, keep an eye on him and see how his training's going.
It's nice to see that Adam's got the faith in you to kind of keep things going in his absence. He trusts you to kind of keep ticking over.
Yeah, I think you need. I think fighters, they need to have their own. They need to have their own drive, you know. So Adam's there to give you the instruction as well, but you need to be able to have the commitment and dedication to be in the gym, even when necessarily not everyone's there. All fighters are in the gym at different times, so you can't all be on one time scale. So you need to have that dedication and drive and faith in what you're doing as an individual, I think, to work your way up in the sport.
And what's next for you? Have you got a fight date lined up? Do you know what show you're going to be out on next?
I have no idea at the minute. I'm training like I'm ready to fight. So when a date comes up, I can pounce on it. You know.
There's been recent talk about a possible fight between you and Conor Benn. Do you know where that started from? Who was the first one to bring that up?
I think he was talking about Josh, and obviously Josh is my stable mate. But I think me and Conor knew. We know we're around the same weights. Obviously, there's the history there with the name, so we're both aware that there's definitely going to be a fight there in the future, and whenever that arises, you know, I'm happy.
Well, what do you think of him challenging Josh initially? Do you think it's a bit over-ambitious, perhaps?
What do you think?
Put me on the spot. You answer, then I'll answer.
I want to hear your answer because I think it's.
I think based on the levels they've both been fighting at, it seems overly ambitious to me at this stage. What about you?
Yeah, I think look at who Josh has fought so far. It would be a major step back, you know, for him. The experienced fighters he's faced so far, and he's fought fighters that have been former world champions and stopped. I think the guy he stopped in a round was former world champion. So I think that speaks for itself, you know.
So do you think that, based on what you've done so far, you against Conor would be more of an even fight, at least maybe not in the ring, but on paper?
Yeah, I think on paper it's a 50-50, you know, on paper.
You keep saying on paper, which makes me think you're thinking in the ring it'll be far from a 50-50.
Well, I believe in my own ability, you know, which is why I'm in the game. I'm looking to go to the. I have my sights set on developing to a certain level in the game, and that's my focus, you know, rather than calling out people necessarily. My focus is on developing as a fighter, and I believe that in my last performances that's shown, and I plan on maintaining that focus to build my level and ability to a certain point.
But yeah, so you both started quite late in the pro game as well. You didn't have much of an amateur career either. So what has made you develop, because you obviously feel you're superior to him now, so what's made you develop at a faster rate than him?
I think my focus isn't about kind of how I'm viewed by the public or opinions, or everyone has an opinion online, and I'm purely focused on what I'm doing in the gym and developing my skills. That's my main focus. So I think being that is my main focus, I think that is kind of the process, the physical process that has happened, you know. and that will continue to be my focus. I'm not worried about what's going on outside of the real work. So that's my focus, and the rest of the gas, I'll leave that.
And just question about the Adam Booth gym. Out of everyone else that trains there, who do you think you've learned the most from so far?
I would say so far I've learned the most from Josh and Michael Conor. Yeah, they've got so much experience in the amateurs and their approach as well, and how they've transitioned in the pros, and just mindset. Because they've had so much physical experience in fighting and boxing and environments where they're traveling abroad to fight and at such a high level. You can kind of like absorb all that information and use it to your benefit, and then moving around and learning from technically as well. I think it's a good environment to be in. Definitely accelerates my progress, I think.
And just before we let you go, given the gym that we're in, it would be remiss of me not to ask you for a prediction on the big fight next week. Obviously, it's your cousin. You're not going to be completely unbiased, but Chris Eubank Jr, James DeGale, how does it pan out?
I think DeGale will start fast. I think he'll try and point score and keep Chris at a certain distance. But I think later on in the fight, I think Chris will break that distance and out-throw James in volume, and I think he'll get to him later on, and I think that he will stop him with volume.
Brilliant. It's a very specific prediction. We appreciate it. Everyone sits on the fence. It's refreshing. Brilliant. Well, best of luck. We hope you get a fight date soon as well.
Nice one. Appreciate it.